What an ITIN is. An ITIN is an individual taxpayer identification number. With an ITIN, you may file an income tax return even if you do not have a Social Security number. You may apply for an ITIN at any time. The Internal Revenue Service, or IRS, began giving out ITINs in 1996 to allow people who cannot get a Social Security number to file their tax returns. The IRS will not voluntarily share your ITIN information with other government agencies. An ITIN is made up of 9 numbers. The first is always the number 9. Why you should file a tax return. There are 4 good reasons why you should file a tax return, even if you don't have a Social Security number. If you earned wages or received other income in the past year, you may owe taxes, and it is against the law to not file a tax return. If you earned wages and your employer withheld taxes from your wages, the government may owe you a refund. To apply for some types of immigration benefits, you may need to show that you filed a tax return. Filing a return is one way to show good moral character and continued presence in the United States for immigration purposes. How you may use an ITIN. You may use an ITIN to file a tax return, to correct a tax return filed in the past with a false Social Security number, to file a late tax return after the deadline for filing has passed, to report money that you earned while using a Social Security number not given to you by the government, to open a bank account, to claim dependent exemptions and the child tax credit on your return for your children. Your children will need their own ITINs to be claimed as dependent exemptions on your tax returns. You may not use an ITIN to claim the earned income tax credit on a tax return, as permission to work in the United States, to get Social Security benefits, food stamps, welfare, or other public benefits. To apply for an ITIN. To apply for an ITIN, you must fill out Form W-7. You must list your birth date, mailing address, and immigration status. Form W-7 is available in Spanish. To get a copy of Form W-7, visit any IRS office or download the form from the IRS website or call 1-800-829-1040. When you apply for your ITIN, you must show the IRS documents that prove your country of origin and your identity. It takes at least 6 weeks after you filed your W-7 application to get the ITIN letter. If you do not hear anything during that time, call the IRS at 1-800-829-1040. If the IRS requests more information from you, you should respond to the IRS within 45 days to avoid having to file a new application. The IRS will not voluntarily report you to the United States Immigration and Citizenship Services for getting an ITIN. There is no fee to get an ITIN, and there are places that will prepare your ITIN application for free. For more information about ITINs, contact the Legal Services of New Jersey Low Income Tax Clinic at 1-888-576-5529.